Hello, class. How is everyone today? Today, I'm going to read you a story about stereotypes. Pay close attention after I'm done reading the story. I'm going to ask questions. If you answer correctly, you will get candy. Here are the squares. They live all by themselves in Square Town. Here are the circles. They live all by themselves in Circle Town. Here are the triangles. They live all by themselves in Triangle Town. Here are the rectangles. They live all by themselves in Rectangle Town. The squares do not like the circles. The circles do not like the triangles. The triangles do not like the rectangles. The rectangles do not like the squares. They do not like anyone but themselves. They think the others are stupid, lazy, and mean, and bad. 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 The squares say this: if you want to be smart and beautiful and good, you must have 4 sides exactly the same. If you don't have 4 sides exactly the same, then you are stupid and ugly and bad. 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 The circles say this: if you want to be smart and beautiful and good, you must be perfectly round. And if you're not perfectly round, then you are stupid and ugly and bad. 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 The triangles say this: if you want to be smart and beautiful and good, you must have 3 sides. If you don't have 3 sides, then you are stupid and ugly and bad, bad, bad. The rectangles say this: if you want to be smart and beautiful and good, you must have 2 short sides exactly the same, and you must have 2 long sides exactly the same. If you do not have 2 short sides and 2 long sides, then you are stupid and ugly and bad. 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 One beautiful summer day, the little squares and the little circles and the little triangles and the little rectangles went out to play, but not together. While they were playing, a terrible thing happened. The little circles were playing on top of the hill. Some of them slipped and went rolling down the hill. Faster and faster, they rolled to the very bottom of the hill where the little rectangles were playing. The rectangles were very angry. They thought the circles were very bad to roll into the rectangle's very own playground. They called the circles bad names and threw rocks at them. The circles were frightened. The squares and triangles heard the yelling and crying. They ran as fast as they could to see what was happening. And then they started yelling and throwing stones. There was more and more yelling and more crying. It was terrible. At last, one of the rectangles became so angry that he leaped into the air and came down right on top of the circles. Oh, wonder of wonder! Everyone was absolutely quiet. No one said a word. They just looked and looked and looked. The rectangles and the circles had made a wagon. A lovely, beautiful wagon. And then everyone became excited. They all wanted to make something. The squares and circles made a train. A rectangle made the smokestack. Some circles made smoke. The triangles and rectangles made trees. They all worked together and made a lovely house. They made things that were pretty, like the sun, a boat, a jack-in-the-box, houses, and flowers. They made things that were fun. Everyone had a wonderful, marvelous, beautiful time. When it was time to go home, they all sang a little song. We are glad, glad, glad. Being different isn't bad. And they sang it over and over, all the way home. The end. All right, students. Here are some questions for you to think about. What is the definition of stereotype? Who was the smartest and most beautiful in the play? Are you a square, circle, rectangle, or triangle? Is it okay to be different than someone else? Let's talk some more about stereotypes. To understand different examples of stereotypes, you should first define what a stereotype is.
Pardon me, Kyle.
Oh,
sorry.
Certainly.
I made a mistake in spelling. Can you read again?